I need to find myself out here. $200 kilometers should do the trick. Well, do it! Storm on me! Bring it on! Oh man, I can't stay here. Very special. Very special place. Good morning. I had a great night's sleep. I was actually pretty concerned about staying warm. As you can tell, I slept with all my stuff on, and I probably needed to. I've been reading already. I'm going to continue reading. Sigurd Olsson's book, my journal, my headlamp. It seems like it's going to be a nice day, which is amazing. Super happy about that. We'll do some fishing. We'll go check out some pictographs. We'll climb up on top of some of the cliffs. And then move camps, set up, and try and repair that sleeping pad a little bit better. But if not, I'm totally cool sleeping the rest of the trip in this hammock. It's fine. It even felt good on my back. It probably was better than laying on the ground. Okay. Feeling it today. Feeling a little drained. Day 10. On the lake again. Paddling over, see my pictograph friend. I wonder if I'll get a blue walleye again. I'm alright with being on the lake again. There's a river, and it flows from there to hither. There's the trees in there. Seen a caribou, I haven't seen a bear. Not yet, I swear. Show your face a dare on that lake again. Ding 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 ding. On the What do you think? A snake or water or something else? Oh, look at that. And then that guy there. There's more here too. They're very faded. All of the ones I've ever seen in my life, Lake Superior, here, woodland caribou, they're all that same color, and I've been told that throughout the world they're all that same color. It's crazy that they're able to hold on this long. Got a bite. Pike. This might be lunch. Or not. Up on top of that first rock there, it looks to be a little fire pit or something. I think I can get up on top of there. Let's go up and check it out. If it was a hot day, I'd love to jump off there and go for a little swim. but I'm cold as it is. Looks like a stair set going right up. Oh man, this is awesome. I would definitely jump off of this. Oh, there's a trail and everything. Oh man, this feels old. This feels old. Just a bench, nice. Man, this is cool. There's something special about this. This is a crazy view. Absolutely crazy view. It's getting time to go home. Day 10. Maybe I'll leave on day 12. This has been a good experience, a very good experience. I've really slowed down again. Feels good to be able to just lay in the hammock or come sit up here and not have really an agenda. It's a great trip, man. I had it all. I had an agenda. I had days of hard moving. I had days of big travel. I had days of great river travel. I had big portage days. I had lazy days. I had hot days, windy days, cold days. I jumped in the river fully clothed and was dry to the bone within 2 hours. Boots, socks, underwear, everything. And it hasn't. I don't think it's been hot since that day. Maybe a day after. That was only like day 2 or 3. A week ago. I'm gonna sit up here for a while. This is a really, really cool lake. I'm having a lot of fun just paddling over to the other campsite, spending a lot of time. Super happy I decided to take a day over here. We got a fight on our hands. Oh, your lunch, bud. Your lunch. Lunch. Bam. You guys gotta check this out. There's our put in or take out. A little used, but that's okay for me. It's a really nice site. Fireplace up on a rock. It's big and spacious. Look at my view, right? Amazing view. All direct, well, both ways down the lake actually. Really high up. And it just keeps going. There is not a great spot for me to hang my hammock. There is plenty of flat tent spaces. There's barely any firewood, and there's no real good spots for the hammock, but I can work around both those things. And like, look at this, even back in here. This would be a sick spot for the kid. Man, she would freaking love exploring back in here. Look at all these boulders and big rock wall and everything. Just keeps going. This reminds me more of like Superior County. But anyways, plenty of stuff to just explore around here. I think I'm gonna get things situated, figure out what I need to do first. I'm hungry, but I don't want to get caught in the rain either, and I need firewood and everything, so I'm gonna figure it all out and I'll get back with you. There. That's my firewood sorted and a place to hang my hammock now. Bonus. This wood is absolutely bone dry. So it will be fuel for me, and whatever I don't use, I'll be sure to cut up and store somewhere for the next person. Because I have been fortunate enough on many camps to be the recipient of such wood. That's always a bonus when it's dry. That looks good to me. Wow, some pike. Some pike for the first time on this trip. Alright, well, things are changing, man. It's getting sunny and warm and breezy and cool. There it is. Different taste than the walleye for sure. A little bit more soft, if that makes sense. Still good. A little more lemon on the pike though. A little more lemon on the pike. Remember on my 10-day when I only ate pike for 10 days straight? Swore I would never do that again. This is a nice site. I'm happy to be here. I'm favoring my hammock over my tent with no sleeping pad, but I'm happy. It's going to open up some doors for me, some new ideas with hammocks. I've done it before, obviously. You've seen me camp in hammocks before. But now that I'm confident with it, game changer. Alright, well, I'm going to eat this pike up, pick up the rest of my stuff, so if it does rain, it's not all just out. Cut some firewood, possibly go for a dip, and then maybe a nap, and read some of my book. I'm loving hanging out. I'm loving hanging out. Totally different than other trips. It's after 5 now. I whipped up some instant mashed potatoes, put some butter in there and some seasoning salt. It tastes pretty good. You'll never guess what. I'm sitting here looking at this nice view, listening to my friend the squirrel. I look down. There are strawberry plants with strawberries on them. Wild strawberries are the most tasty fruit you'll ever eat. We used to watch King of the Hill. Con Supernuffsumphone tells this like old adage, this old Laotian adage. Maybe it's a Japanese adage about some guy and a tiger falling off a cliff and reaching for a strawberry, and he ate it as he was falling. It was the juiciest strawberry he ever tasted. Those who know, know. Those who know, know. Let's get these strawberries. King of the Hill was my all-time favorite animated show. Hank Hill is an amazing character.
It's kind of in a precarious spot. That's probably why they're still there.
Worth it? I think so. Oh, they're crumbly. They're crumbly. No, I dropped one. Precarious. Okay, that's enough. Got him.
I would not have thought there were going to be wild strawberries on this trip.
Eat them all at once because that's the most flavor. Man, wow. Talk about a burst of like flavor, man. Flavor after eating instant mashed potatoes for dinner. It's super windy over at the campsite. Tucked over here. It's not so bad. I got up around 5:30.
And I went to bed last night. I woke up at 10 p.m. That's how early I went to bed, and then I went back to bed until about 5. So I got out of bed at 5:30 in the morning, and it's before 6. It's still a few minutes before 6. I'm on the water. Red sky in the morning. Sailor take warning, eh, Kyle? So just a little early start in case the weather does turn bad. I can make it out today. I don't have any desire to sit through another storm. It's nice weather, man. Maybe I'll stay. I don't know. We'll see how far I get. The wind is blowing against me, so that's another reason that I wanted to start early. But I'm pretty close to the end. I can stay another night if I need to, but I would prefer to leave today. I have a long drive home, and I have a lot of big trips planned. And I don't have that much time home with the family in between the trips. I think my next trip is in a week from when I get home. So anyways, great trip here. Accomplished everything I wanted to. Caribou was the main thing. This lake was another big thing. The blue walleye was the icing on the cake. The moose, the great fishing, the cabins. So, happy Joe. Happy boy. We're gonna spend our next day or day and a half paddling against the wind, I'm sure, to get on out of here. It's weird, man. The normal wind comes from the north-northwest, and this is a straight southerly wind right now, and it has been for the past, well, 2 out of 3 days. I'm all the way down the lake. This isn't anything that I've showed you already. This is all new. It just keeps going. The whole shoreline on both sides of the lake. It just varies on the heights of the rock. Just sheer flat faces. It's amazing. I really have never seen anything quite like this. I've paddled next to cliffs plenty of times, but not like this. Not so much of it. Not such sheer walls. Just keeps going. This is amazing. This one's got an overhanging shelf. Got a fish on. Decent walleye. Decent blue walleye in the morning, yes sir. The lake that keeps on giving. There he goes, bye. Yeah, I'll take one parting blue walleye for the journey. No problem. I'm almost off the lake. The wind's dying down a bit. Might turn out to be a nice day. My eye is still smaller than the other one. Where do you come from? Where do you go? Where do you come from? Slanty-eyed Joe. Slanty-eyed Joe. I am so glad I pulled over here. This is like way down the way. Look at that. That's a cool one. The first thing I think of when I see it is Thunderbird, but I don't know. Or maybe a goose? Thunderbird seems cool. I want to do a lot more reading on history and that type of time. Super interesting. I find it super interesting. The book I'm reading while I'm out here is these guys doing reenacting a trip that was a popular trade route on the Churchill River for the Hudson's Bay Company and everyone. Coureur de Bois. Other words that make me sound like I know things. I can hear the roar of the river coming up, so that means the portage must be soon. That's a 9-person canoe. That one is marked on my map. Pretty steep, this one. It's marked very hard, steep on my map, and I will not argue with you, Bruce. This one is indeed steep and hard. It reminds me more of a Lake Superior Provincial Park trail
than a WABAKIMI trail. You just wait and see. It's a big gorge down there. Can't really see much because of the trees. We're up on a ridge here. Sun is shining. Living's easy. Woo! Living will be easy once this rocky portage is over. All right, we're climbing. Vertical kind of grill. 57 Coupe de Ville. Woo! Hokey smoky. As my good buddy Doug would say. Okay. Gotta go down now. Down is easier than up, that's for sure. Whew. I don't know if you can see it, but the water is way down there. Pick your footing carefully, my son. Young Joseph, as my good buddy Doug would say. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I can see the water, boys and girls. Yeah, like straight up Lake Superior. Backcountry portaging. Okay. Woo, buddy! As my good buddy Kyle would say. I'm missing my friends, can you tell? Oh, almost lost it at the last minute. Woo! As my good buddy Goofy would say. Ugh. As Joe would say. Are you kidding me? What is going on with this weather, man? Just give me a sunny day. Give me a sunny day, bro. Those clouds are cruising. Say goodbye to this lake. And check it out, a moose came through not long ago at all, judging by how fresh these tracks are. Not very big, as moose go. Same way I'm going. Man, it all really depends on the weather, I believe, on whether or not I stay. If it's gonna be a nice day. When it was sunny and stuff, I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll stay. I just don't desire to stay another day in the wind and cold. Okay, portage. Big beaver lodge on the right. Big beaver lodge. Wow. Like an in-law suite. I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because it seems like there might be some moose in here. Damn, we got a pretty crazy crosswind here. It's throwing me all over the place. This is all headwind now. I gotta cut it at a 45 because this is absolutely crazy. This is not what I was hoping for. I think there's a little camp here. We gotta take shelter. I can't paddle against that no matter what.
Like, it's spinning me. I'm freaking shot, man. That was so much work. I just, like, I only did 1/16 of the lake. I cannot paddle down there. I can't. Let's go up here and check this out. It says it's a world-class big group campsite on my map. Oh, I'm just tucked in a little bay here in the lee side of the cove. Output. Rocky outcrop. There you go. I'm in the cove. In the cove, bro. Pretty calm over in there. Oh, holy smokes, man. Watch when we get up here. I think this is it. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a fire pit. Yeah, I have to wait this out. And then continue that general direction for a couple more lakes. It ain't happening. Maybe later on today, but certainly not right now. That's crazy, man. Crazy. So many very windy days in a row. Well, at least this site is huge and I can spread out and get comfortable. Very, very big site. Pretty nice. Yeah, I'll tuck myself back in here away from the wind and guess to read some more of my book and journal some more. I'm almost done the book. It'll give me a chance to finish it, so that's good. I don't hate it. I'm not upset that I'm staying here, but if I was going to stay another night, I did have a plan on where I wanted to stay, near some rapids with some walleyes, but that's okay. Everything's okay. This inReach is coming in handy. Right now, I'm looking at the weather. There's wind gusts all day long. I'm not leaving here. Right now, for 10 a.m., south-southwest, 9 miles an hour, gusting to 21, okay? And then it gets worse. At noon, 13 gusting to 24, 14 to 29, 18 to 34, 16 to 31. It just, 13 to 32. It's not good. And then at 10 p.m. it starts to die down. And by die down, that's 11 to 26. So tomorrow morning, it's 6 gusting to 17. Right now it's 9 gusting to 21. I gotta get up early and go 6, then not even. Thursday at 10, it's a little bit better. Tomorrow at 10. I wish I wouldn't have got up so early this morning and tried to make it out. I should have looked at this first off. Oh well, that's okay. I planned extra days because I knew that this is the type of area that I could get winded. Paddling a solo boat is just how it is. So I allotted 10 to 15 days, and tomorrow will be day 12. I'm cool with that. Get camp set up here, probably take a nap, do the whole, the whole routine that I've been doing for the past couple days, because it's all I can do. But it's a nice site, got a good view, and yeah, things could be much worse. Actually, I think it says rain too. Change of plans. It seems like the wind has died a little bit, so I want to make my move. I want to try to get to that other campsite. It's at the end of this lake, and then a little river, and then another small lake, and then I'm there. And if I make it there, that will have been my goal. Okay, I'm glad I did this. It's not easy paddling, but it's not as hard as it was back there. That's for sure, at the end of the lake. That makes sense. So I'm almost about a quarter of the way down, and then once I'm off this lake, it's in some little creeks and rivers, so it shouldn't be too windy. Judging by the weather in this little creek here, you wouldn't have a clue that it was windy out on the lakes. Wouldn't have a clue. The trees aren't even moving or anything. But I guarantee when I get out onto the next lake, it's going to be a pain in the butt to paddle. Yep, I was right. This is getting difficult. Getting difficult. I gotta stop when I get to that camp and make myself a supper. It's It's only lunchtime, but I've run out of lunch and I am so very hungry. Ugh. Pretty rough. I'm trying to get behind this island here just to get some protection for a minute, take a break. I took everything out of me. It's around here somewhere. I just gotta find it now. I'm stuck in this little bay. I can't paddle against the wind anymore. Well, we're at number 11, camp number 11, I believe. Lots of blowdown back in there. I had to set my hammock up right here. Decent site. Somebody left all the gear here though. Wind's calmed down quite a bit for now. Lunchtime chili is made. I'm beat. I think it was paddling against the wind like that, did it? But I'm going to eat my chili. I'm going to pack everything away in case it rains. Then I'm going to stash it all here, put up my tarp, and then I'll paddle across the lake and do the portage, because on the other side of the portage there's some walleyes in waterfall. At least that's what it says on the map. So we'll do that. If we get a couple, maybe we'll bring one back for supper. But rest and relaxation, eating and fishing are on the menus for today. And that's not a bad way to spend the day at all. Tomorrow will be day 12. And I'll get out around noon. I just used my inReach to let Bruce, the outfitter, know. It was a tentative date, anywhere between 10 and 15 days, and I wanted to give him a day notice. So meet me at the pickup spot tomorrow. I get flown in, dropped off, and I paddled my way out. He's going to pick me up, and it's going to be like an hour and a half or whatever away from his lodge. Which is very nice, by the way. This trip was made much easier with Bruce. Knowing where the campsites, good campsites were, the fishing, everything like that, laid out on the map. It's worth it. Maybe this will just pass and I'll go be able to fish. I feel more beat than I have with the rest of the trip. I don't get it. Anyways, content to just sit here for a little bit anyway, so no big deal. I do believe it stopped raining. Let's go see if we can pull a couple walleye out. There's rapids or falls. They call it falls on my map. But we have to do a little bit of a portage. We'll just go with our one backpack and some fishing stuff. Getting spun in circles from the wind. Here's a little rapids. It's not a waterfall, it's just a rapid. But this isn't even enjoyable. It's too much work. I can't even pay attention to fishing. It's so crazy, man. It all depends on where you are on the lake, whether the wind is an issue or not. Like, it could be detrimental in one spot and not an issue at all in another. Yeah, I'm just cruising. Just going for a ride, I guess, into the shore. A moose right in front of my campsite in the water. You're not as fast as a caribou.
That's enough. Whoa! Rocks in the knee. Big boulders in my knee. I'm awake. I'm awake now. I just heard a tree fall not far off. I'm not in the best situation here, but I have really nowhere else to go. Like, those trees are where they are, and it's somewhat okay, because above it's not too bad. There's a leaner there, but I'm not going back in there where the frickin' trees have all fallen from the wind. That would not make any sense, right? Like, look at it. Look at it over there. That's right above my tent, or my hammock, I mean. Someone asked me, what are you scared of in the woods? It's having one of these things topple on top of me when I'm sleeping. That's my biggest fear, that and hypothermia. Oh man. You hear that? There's another tree coming down. 2 trees I heard come down now. Trees do make noise if they fall. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I can't stay here. It's well past 6. As you can see, it's still a little bit windy, but it's died down for the most part here. At least I'm not too concerned now about the trees. It's been a lazy day. I slept. I finished my book, amazing book. I'm gonna get more. Sig Olson, can't recommend them enough. This was The Lonely Land. I'm probably gonna get The Singing Wilderness next. Really liked it. Absolutely a must on a solo canoe trip for me, is a book. When I'm with someone, not that big a deal. Listen to this. WABAKIMI Wilderness Park, many times bigger than Quetico, the Boundary Waters, or Algonquin. WABAKIMI receives less than 1,000 paddlers per year. It is tricky to access, and this map is handy and preliminary as a handy preliminary planning tool. Those figures. It says the largest canoeing reserve in the world. I had a really good time. I'm just sitting here reflecting. I'm looking at my map, thinking about what trip I want to do next. I know I'll come back for sure. I'd love to show someone that lake that I was on. Good trip. Happy to have done it. It'll be 12 days. I feel good. Everything went good. I had some challenges, had lots of rewards, all kinds of weather, lots of solitude. Wind dictates everything here. I knew that. I knew that coming in. That's why I had extra days. Like I said, I allotted 10 to 15. I'm totally cool with 12. This is the longest trip I've ever done. I messaged Bruce, the outfitter, on my inReach and told him to be at the rendezvous for 12. So they're going to drive, pick me up. So I've got to get up and put some distance down a little bit tomorrow to get there in time. I don't want to make them wait. I'm sure it's fine, but I will feel rushed if I'm behind for sure. What is this guy doing? Alright, man. Talking to the bugs. Talking to the bugs. This is what I love to do. Canoe tripping. It's my favorite thing ever. Other than being a dad. Which I'm starting to miss those girls. Me and my wife. It's time to go. It's time to go home. Next year I'll do another solo, a big one, bigger than this. For the rest of the trips this year, I'd love to have people with me for big canoe trips. I have a few planned, and I have some people I've been talking to, so hopefully that all works out. I know the next one, Buddy Mike, is going to be on with me, so that's awesome. Always a good time, Mike. Real chill dude. He can portage with the best of them, and doesn't complain. Actually, a really good tripping partner. Oh, Mike. Well, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna keep sitting here and looking at my map and looking out at the lake and thinking and reflecting and appreciating what happened and looking at the butterflies. A little red squirrel came out a little while ago, ran up about 5 feet away from me right there, just looked at me. So I stopped writing. I looked up at him, and he stared at me for about 20 seconds. And he ran up the tree and yelled at me a lot. I was ready to give him some food. You want my last morsel? You want my last little crumb, bud?
Doing pepper beef with rice for supper.
WABAKIMI is a cool place for solitude, for wilderness tripping and stuff, but like, if you don't want to do a lot of portages or big portages, this is a great place for you. I came this way on purpose, and I knew these portages were here, and Bruce actually tried to talk me out of it, but like, it's okay. I'm happy about it. But the route he had me taking, like, was just like the first couple days. Like, I had portages, but they're like 70 meters, 150 meters, things like that. Like, they were not a big deal. That's a good bonus for here. I saw woodland caribou here. Again, this place gets less visitors than anywhere. We're a world-class destination. So you can take the train in, you can fly in. There's car access as well, I'm sure. But special place, man, as I'm sure you can tell. It's about 8 o'clock. I'll eat this up. I don't know if I'll have a fire or not, depends. I know every time I say that it's windy, it's not, but the wind keeps whipping through here like pretty crazy. Well, if you stuck with it this whole series, I appreciate that. You guys are the real ones. I'll get back to doing other types of videos after my canoe tripping season is over. Just do more fort stuff, more bushcraft stuff, like normal, like every year. I'd love to take the family on a fly-in trip to an outpost here. Bruce has some cabins around the park. Stay at a cabin with them, fish the lake, swim in the beaches, you know, no devices, just family time for a solid week. It would be awesome. He said August would be a good month to do that. No bugs, still good fishing, weather's perfect, and still swim. I lost my watch. My Timex, or my Casio Protrek that I've had forever. My Tough Solar. It's somewhere here. I've looked. I can't find it. I was in the hammock and I had it attached to the top line. No, it's not there. I'm gonna look again when I tear down camp. My wife got me that watch in 2008. Wow. I've had that watch longer than I've been doing videos for. I'm actually out of the park now. I'm not in WABAKIMI anymore, I'm on Crownland. And I have after I got off a couple weeks back. And I hadn't seen this the whole trip. There's a grill. I had to get a fire going, the bugs, but also I don't want to go lay in the hammock yet. It's my last night. I'd like to see the sun go down and if there's any kind of color in the sky or whatnot. So we'll stay here for a while. I'd love to be on the lake, but it's just not going to happen. It's too windy. I keep hearing thunder. Look at that mess in there. There's just a wind tunnel. Something's happening. Feels electric in the air. I think something's about to happen. Here comes the rain. I'm gonna lay here, probably fall asleep, guys. If it starts storming or something pretty good, I'll be sure to show you, but other than that, this is my last night here. Good night. I survived. It's 6 a.m. and today is day 12. So we're gonna get packed up and make about a 6-hour journey to the car. My stuff stayed pretty dry, actually. I came down, man. I fell asleep. Freaking pouring. Thunder too, but I didn't see any lightning. Split some wood down for my bush buddy, because everything was soaked. I used some of the petroleum cotton balls. Always a good idea to have. There's no birch on this site, and it's been like that for most of the sites, actually. I'm just taking my time this morning, trying to soak it all in before I leave. I have a big portage. I have a 1,500 meter portage, the biggest one of the trip for the last one. It's okay. I have barely any food left. I have, I think, 3 suppers left and about 3 breakfasts. And a bunch of bars, a bunch of Cliff bars and stuff. I ate enough fish. Happy with the amount of fish I ate. Could have brought a little bit less suppers because of it, but you know me. As soon as I rely on fish, it's not happening. I'm not overly in a hurry to get out of here or anything. Like, I don't feel like it's time to go. I get it, but it's not like I'm like chomping at the bit to leave. I wonder if I could do a month. Bring a couple books. Do a food drop. Have Bruce do a food drop halfway through on his plane. He already told me he could do that. Anyways, gonna eat up, pack up, and get on the water. And check it out. Found the watch. It was exactly where I thought it was.
What a gorgeous morning. No wind, sun is up. Super glad I stayed to experience this. If I would have left yesterday, it would have been on a poopy weather note. Perfect ending. Notice I cracked the back of my GoPro screen on this trip. I don't know if it'll be waterproof anymore or not. Guess we'll find out.
Check it out, I got to the end of the lake before my next portage. There's a plane. There's an old bush plane. So it is on my map, I just looked, it says Beach 18 Wreck, ask Bruce. Beach 18, beach, B-E-E-C-H, not beach like a sandy beach, beach like the tree. Beach 18 Wreck, ask old Brucey. Let's go check it out. Oh, that wind is back. Where have you been, old friend? I've been missing your sting. Your progress slowing sting. Man, I wonder why. So I'll have to ask Bruce, but it looks like it's placed up in the woods there. I'll go check it out.
Yeah, just like people got to carve their names into everything. Tony was here. Tony was here. W-U-Z. Huh. Barbie. Brian 03. Wow. Was the wings? Man, tiny. Oh, fuse box. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Lots of history here. Cabins and wrecks. Okay. Well, good to know Tony was here. And Brian in 03. Don't want to forget Barbie. Well, surprise, surprise, the weather has changed once again. And I am drenched from my toes up until my belly button from dew, from that portage, and from the wet plants and trees that were crowding the portage as I walked through. So anyway, I'm hoping it doesn't get too cold because I'm soaked. We have a class 1 rapid that says portage or line. And then I have a runnable rapid, first of the trip. And then I have that big 1500 meter portage. And then a paddle through a lake, and then a paddle through a river, and I'm done. At my pickup spot. It is 8:30, and I do believe I might be a bit late, but that'll be all right. I'm sure old Brucey will wait for me. He's probably pretty used to it. You can always call him on the inReach as well, or message him rather. I never did see the class 1 run up, class 1 portage or line part. I'm past it now for sure because I'm coming up to the runnable rapids. I think he might have to be a little safe conscious on the maps and see things like that. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, I didn't see it. I just saw a little bit of fast moving water where it said to class 1 portage or line. It does have a question mark after it too. So maybe it's different times of the year or different years. But I'm coming up to that runnable one, and I want to check it out beforehand just because I have loose things in the boat. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's nothing. I can't even hear it, to be honest. Yeah, I can a little bit. All right, we're getting there. Yeah, this isn't anything. This is just, there's a channel in between the rocks where you can run it. That's all you meant by that, I'm sure. Because this is not even, this is barely a swift. I'll take it though. Oh, big old rocks. Oh, okay. With the quickness. It's a little thick on this portage. I'm soaked to the bone. It's extremely thick in here. Like, getting the canoe is gonna be such a hassle, getting the canoe through here. Okay, I'm soaked. That was a lot. It looks like I dunked in the water, so my camera's completely soaked. I gotta go back for my gear now, or my canoe now. Here's the bad spot. This is thick. Thick, thick, thick. Oh man. Oh, I'm not a claustrophobic person, but holy smokes. No jungle travel for Joe. Got to open up a bit here soon. I know it does. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Slippery doo-dah-day. Holy crap. Oh, still on the portage trail. Look, come to like quite the puddle. Oh, my shoe came undone again. Keeps coming undone. I tied it and it's triple knot this time. Triple knot and it came undone. This is the end of the 1,500 meter portage. Both carries. It's done. It's done. Oh, oh, oh. I thought I was done with the portaging. I have a 450 left at the very end. I have to paddle across this lake into a river and then I'm done. Nice day on the lake here now. My lens is messed up. It got it all fogged inside the lens walking on that trail. It's probably the size of a loonie right in the middle. It's all fogged. I can't do anything about it. I took the lens off. I tried drying it out in the sun and the air. Man, that sucks. That's a expensive piece of kit and super useful for me. Use it all the time. I'm glad that I was able to do the trip before that happened. That sucks. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta paddle. Man, that sucks. I feel really good. I'm really, really, really happy that the trip went the way it did. Went off without any major snafus. Old snafus. The old real testament for Joe, you know what I mean? If you can get through a big old trip without anything catastrophic happening. Pretty good time, really good time. And this paddle out is the icing on the cake. This is a beauty day. We need the poop clouds everywhere. Some contours on the lake. The wind is at my back. Sun is shining. I have a small paddle and then a small portage. and I'll be picked up by Mr. Bruce from WABAKIMI Outfitters. If any of you are thinking about doing a solo trip, I highly recommend it. It's good for you, period. It's good for your head, good for your body, good for your soul. It's good to spend some time out in the elements. It makes you appreciate being able to turn on a light switch, and a bed is always nice at the end, and a faucet. Turn on the tap and there's your water. It makes you appreciate all that stuff. Stuff you take for granted every single day. Stuff I take for granted every single day. I got in touch with myself. I was able to read some more read another book. I used to read plenty of books when I was younger, but in my adult life, I'm just so very busy all the time with planning trips, making videos, editing videos, playing with my kids, entertaining them, trying to spend time with my wife, running a business, traveling all over the place. It cut into my reading. You know what I mean? I'm at home and my time is dedicated to other things. Being with the family is not conductive to reading. Is that the right? Reading doesn't really lend itself to being an entertaining father. For sure I read to my kids, but you know, I don't really need to read Clifford the Big Red Dog anymore, or Scout Goes Camping. So it's good to read, man. Sharpens your mind a little bit, and God knows I can use that. We're on the last stretch. What a nice little part of the river it is. Clear water, vibrant greens, Winnie the Pooh clouds, dragonflies. That's that spot on my lens right there. It's on the inside. I took it off. It's getting smaller, actually. It was much bigger. I took it off and everything. It's on there good. It's on the inside, so I don't know where it's going, how it got in there, but it's not good, right? I should have put it away, but I didn't know. I gotta keep going. It's hot. It's super hot today. I see a truck. I'm not sure if this is my ride or what, but I thought I had another portage to do. But I'm glad if I don't, and I'll be excited if it's my ride. I think it's them. They have canoe racks. There's a canoe rack. That's a good sign. This might be it, folks. I think I'm done. Oh, Bruce taking a nap. All right, I'm gonna finish this up back at the lodge. We got to load up and everything, but good to see you, sir.
Hi.
Hello. All right, I'll finish this up at the lodge. We're gonna get the lowdown on the plane that we saw.
So you probably saw the Beach-18 aircraft on the river, and can I tell you the story about it?
Definitely.
So I used to run mostly guided trips, and I am not autocratic at all about what we're having for lunch or a variety of things, but I am about safety matters. So I have the Bruce Hire approved method for safety stuff. And so when I was running guided trips, I checked every morning and 3 times a day to make sure everybody had around their neck, inside their t-shirt on a lanyard, a compass, a whistle, waterproof matches, and a little Swiss Army knife with gadgets on it. And I just insisted on it just in case, because if you are temporarily unaware of your position, pilots and engineers are never lost. We're just temporarily unaware of our position. So if that ever happens to you and you're feeling pretty stressed, the first thing to do, once you shouldn't be running around circles, is build a little fire. Because as soon as you build a fire, A, the smoke and the smell help us find you. B, you're no longer lost. You're right there by your fire.
You're camping.
Plus, you got something to do. It makes little friendly noises, and if it's chilly or wet, it's warm, and so you gotta have a way to start a fire.
Right.
So, on this trip, I had an old doctor, Dr. Bob McMillan from Toronto. He's passed on now. Great man, wonderful man. He was on this trip, and so he had to be back in Toronto for surgery on Monday morning when we finished the Albany River trip at Fort Hope, now called WABAKIMI. And originally called WABAKIMI, of course. So he arranged, or I arranged for him, for Superior Airways to fly him to Thunder Bay directly from there, and he was happy to pay for that.
Right.
And so he did. He flew out, and it was kind of late in the day, and I was a little concerned about the timing because I thought they might be running close to dusk. But anyway, they took off, and partway there they had an engine failure, one engine, and the pilot, Bob Hall, was having trouble maintaining altitude. And then he lost the second engine, and he was going down. So he picked a wide spot in the pit of the Juicy River there, and he put it down and didn't kill anybody.
Nice.
Yeah, he did a good job. But it was, the sun is going down, and they're fairly far from shore, and everybody's freaked out.
Right.
Bob Hall's calm, and this doctor's calm, but the others are not doing great. And so, long story short, this 79-year-old doctor, one at a time, put people over a styrofoam cooler chest and took them to shore.
Swam them?
Yeah,
Oh
swam
my
them to shore
goodness.
repeatedly. Yeah.
What a champ.
No, it gets better. So they get to shore and they have nothing. And it's really chilly and everybody's soaked, they're exhausted, and they're on the verge of hypothermia. And so they say, oh boy, we're in deep trouble. And Bob says, well, let me make a fire. How are you going to do that? Well, I have my, he had him around this net. So he made a fire and warmed everybody up and dried them out fairly well. And the ELT had tipped off Trenton, and so they were there the next day, the helicopter to rescue them all and that sort of thing.
Damn.
But anyway, it just goes to show you never know when you're going to need those indispensable things around your neck.
Yes, sir, for sure. Just waiting outside the store for Bruce. I enjoy his stories. Go back to the lodge and dry out my gear and have a shower, and I'll probably stay the night there. He's offered to have me there the night, so very nice of him. Good guy. Nice room after 12 days in the bush. I got Mr. Bruce making me up some grilled cheese.